and decided to be able to share this with you guys. Just look at this amazing surrounding. There's people out hiking. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon or something. It's incredible. So I just couldn't go without sharing this, and this is the perfect spot. So I was like, I'll just jump on real quick and say hi and show you guys the awesome mountains in the background that I'm blessed to be around. But anyhow, enough with the scenery. I've been chatting with you guys lately a lot about confidence, and you have been awesome. The responses have been incredible, and the support I've received is amazing. So I just wanted to reach back out and talk to you guys a little bit about my morning routine. And you know, the reason I want to talk about it is it's so important to be in the right mindset. If you can't be in the right mindset, it's really hard to attack your day. And this is a new kind of routine for me. Before this, the way I was starting every morning was with total chaos. And for those of you who have small kids out there, I know you can relate. But I would go to bed at night thinking about all the things I didn't get done the day before or that day. And then I would wake up every morning thinking about all of the things that I hadn't gotten done and all of the things that I needed to do. And I was just totally overwhelmed. And it was really hard to be productive. And then couple that with kid chaos, and it's like impossible to get anything done. So I've made some changes on what I've done, and I wanted to share those with you. And they really center around being in the right mindset. So let me go through one thing that seems really easy, but actually takes some thought. And that is, think about those days where you're like totally on. Like you walk into an interview or a meeting and like you're like, I've got this. And you're energized and you're smiling and you're happy. And think about why you're that way and what sort of things have set you up to win the day. So for me, by way of an example, a day that I would not be set up would be if I had slept like 2 hours the night before, had no coffee, didn't have my makeup on, wasn't dressed, you know, was wearing something totally frumpy, hadn't worked out. Like I'm setting myself up to totally lose that day. But going through the exercise and identifying those things that are just sort of like easy wins, like whatever they are for you, it may be like getting your hair done or wearing a new outfit, or it may be that you need to meditate that morning. But if you can identify them, you'll be able to make sure you cross those off your list and you have some big wins. So that's kind of the first part of this. Is for me, it's like being physically ready, whatever that means, making sure I have coffee. Thank God my husband makes amazing lattes. But then the second part will take a little bit more effort on your part, but it's still super easy and it takes very little time. And I know I mentioned on my last Facebook Live that I use a guided journal. It's called, I think, the 5-minute morning journal or the 5-minute journal or something like that. You can get it on Amazon. But I like it because it's guided and it has really easy prompts. So the first thing that you should do, sorry, I'm having some problems with my camera here. The first thing that you should do is think about 3 things that you're grateful for. Super easy, but something we don't ever do. If you're like me, sometimes you think about all the things that are not great in your life. Sorry about the car noise, but there's a lot of people out today. So 3 things you're grateful for, and be specific. Don't just put down, I'm grateful for my friends. Like think about specific friends you're grateful for and why. Or if it's for your health, you know, for me today, I'm grateful that I can go on a hike in Boulder in this amazing weather because I love fall. But be very specific about it. And that's how you should start your day, is thinking about those 3 things you're grateful for. And then after that, think about 3 wins for your day. And what do I mean by that? I mean, you have to really think on this one. Sometimes it's really hard for me. But 3 things that by the end of the day, you have won the day if you have completed those things. So they can be super simple. Like mine are often like sleeping more than 5 hours at night or working out that day. For me today, one of them is practicing a dance routine with my daughter because she's in dance. Or they can be super huge. They could be, you know, there was one on my kind of win for the day for like several weeks that was meeting with the largest natural foods distributor out there. And what's cool about this journal is it also has a part at night where it has you write down 3 wins that happened that day. And the reason that's important is it totally frames your mind so that you're thinking about the successes you had when you go to bed at night rather than the failures or the things you didn't get done. And it reminds you to celebrate those. So for example, the distributor meeting I just mentioned, like I had that on my journal for weeks, and then when it finally happened, I didn't even think about it until I went to bed that night and saw it in my journal, and then I was like, this is a major win, like one I've wanted for weeks. So it made me think about it and celebrate that, because sometimes celebrating the small successes, or in that case large successes, are hugely important. So that's why you want to be thinking about 3 things. The other thing it's gonna do is it's really gonna make you efficient for the day, because now you've prioritized your wins and you know that you're going to be held accountable since you've written them down. So by the end of the day, you'll know if you've achieved them or not. And that's going to help you decide what to put down as those 3 wins for the day. And then the last thing is just the affirmation I talked about last week, which are choosing 3 to 5 adjectives that you aspire to be. So as I mentioned before, mine always starts with confident, and then I have, a whole litany of others. Today it was hardworking and optimistic were the next 2 in line. But 3 to 5 adjectives that you really aspire to be, that are positive, of course. And that will really help you get in the right mindset. And I mean, mindset, I cannot emphasize enough how important that is. You're really setting yourself up for success and to be efficient and productive if you have a positive mindset. And one way to do that is to really be thinking in the right way and starting every day that way. So those are my tips. One thing I also wanted to mention, I threw out last time on my Facebook Live that I would hand out one of these journals. I would send it out to someone who left a comment. So please, leave a comment, like or share this, follow me. It's super encouraging, you guys who are chiming in. Like some of you, Mark Garza, I haven't seen you in I don't know how many years. So cool of you to be watching this today. But really helps my soul. You guys are awesome to take the time to listen to me talk about this stuff. But I do think it's important, and I think you can be really successful when you start changing those little things in your life, like morning routine. So I have gone too long and I'm going to stop. But thanks so much for joining in, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon.